All right, good morning, everybody. We are at week 8 of the blockchain webinars I've been hosting every Wednesday. My name is Matthew Sindehas. If you're viewing this on YouTube, please drop a comment in and let us know what you want us to talk about in the blockchain world. We talk different topics within the blockchain. We've talked about creating wallets, NFTs, how to create an NFT, what an NFT is, and different blockchains that we could use to buy or trade or use different NFT platforms on. So today I wanted to go over a resource that I made in my Google Doc, which is compiling a lot of the things that we've talked about over the last 7 weeks. We've talked about trust wallets, Gemini Exchange, Tulip Garden, Radium, Phantom Wallet, Magic Eden, Mirror XYZ, Desolate, EtherCards, Mirror Protocol, Blender, VLaunch, BRD Wallet, Web3 resources. So all of these, everyone here, I'll share this resource with so that you have this, so you can go to it at any time. One of them that is super cool is this down here, the Web3 resource. I didn't make this, but someone else did. If you just copy and paste that, it's amazing with what somebody did. Jessica's Web3. I saw this on TikTok and I was like, oh, okay, I'll go to this website, and I go here. I'm like, wow, she made so many things, podcasts to look at, blockchain and DeFi articles, other podcasts, crypto, reads, additional resources. I mean, this is so much info. And if you let's just click on beginner guide to DAO. So it looks like an article posted March 12th, 2021. Last year, what a DAO is, decentralized autonomous organization. So there's a lot of resource here. Whatever you're interested in, either contact me or leave a comment on the YouTube video so I can get you this resource if you're not listening in on this video now. I think this will be very helpful for anybody who wants to expand their learning, and you can dive deep into whatever topic you're interested in. So that is something that is super cool that I wanted to make available to anybody. And then yeah, so that's that. Is there any questions so far? Kelly, do you have any questions on?
I was going to ask you to put the link in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
But I think I might have already found it. Oh, nope.
Yeah, let's see. Let me put this right. That's the Web3 resource guide is the major one there.
Sweet. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I might drop off for a second, but I'll be right back because I might have to disconnect from my VPN. It's being problematic.
Yeah. Is there anything that Morgan or Gable that you've researched recently in the Web3 space that you found interesting?
Did you get all my links I sent you?
I did get all your links. I haven't been able to dive in them, but I did get them. I appreciate it.
Yeah. I didn't want to overload you too much.
Oh no, I was looking at them come in. I'm like, oh yes, I love this so much. I didn't have the time to go in yet, but thank you. What were some of those good things going on?
They're just a bunch of books on cryptocurrencies, blockchain, NFTs, how to make them, how to do that 10,000 NFTs in half a second.
Oh my God, half a second. Yeah. Automatic generator.
Yeah, it's just some Python code.
Python, that's something that I was researching recently, trying to figure out.
Yeah, I think there's a book on there too about how to make a cryptocurrency with Python, which seems like a typical thing now, is people making their own cryptocurrencies.
Yeah, that's interesting. Wow, learning how to make your crypto. What a future world we're living in.
Print your own money.
Bring home basically. Do you have any mining rigs, or are you interested in mining rigs, Morgan?
Not yet. I am interested, but since
Mhm.
GPUs got so crazy and I just haven't had time to set up any of my SSDs to mine any Chia or anything.
Yeah.
What's an Ethereum domain?
An Ethereum domain?
I saw someone on Twitter, their name was like their name .eth or something.
Yes, so I actually bought some Ethereum domain names, and what they are is essentially like buying a .com or .org or .world. It's just like, it's exactly just like buying .com. You can use the .eth to make a website, or you can even use the .eth to what is it, to link your OpenSea account. So I'm going to pull up my OpenSea and show you the URLs that I bought, or not URLs, the domain names. And then so right here, ilysdm.eth, I love you so damn much.eth, that's a website that I bought, and I was able to link it to my OpenSea. So that's one utility or one benefit you can have from buying a domain, is you can actually link it here so people can pay me or send me NFTs just by sending it to this, instead of this huge public key, which, so it looks a little bit better if you want to accept money through that, just the what is it, the domain. And then scroll down here. So these are the three that I bought. I bought like the 3psign.eth, blockchain educated.eth, and I love you so damn much.eth. And I'm not using them really right now, other than this one right here, I love you so damn much, and linked it to my OpenSea. But I hopefully someday will have a business with this website ran on it, the blockchain one. And I just bought this emoji one because some of the emoji ones are going for, I went for thousands of dollars and hundreds of dollars. Just if you have 3 emojis in a row of the exact same emoji, those were like selling for a lot of money. But I just was like, bought this one because I was the only one available of the emojis. So yeah, these are the domains. If we click on them, let's see, say who I got it from. But yeah, these are the, did you have any other questions on the domains? Pretty interesting that you can now buy a domain. And I don't have these linked to an actual URL, but someday soon, hopefully I will. And then people will be able to search this website on the blockchain, and I can make the website what I want it to be. But yeah, good question, Gabriel. I appreciate that. That's something that I was really interested in a couple weeks ago. The URLs for the domains. I recently, while we're in my NFT profile, I made my student loans into NFTs. So this one's called Balloon Payment because it's like $300, and then there's student debt payment number 1 on these. So I saw somebody do this. I thought it was pretty funny. Look at that. There's 2 owners. Somebody bought it. So for $26, someone's helping me out. Yeah, just kind of funny. You can really make anything into an NFT. These are all my little pandas. And then this is something I wear in one of my metaverse outfits. This is some horns I wear in Decentraland in my little avatar. It's super funny.
How often do you get on Decentraland?
I was getting on it every night for a while, and I've taken like a week break now. But I've been to like one of their like a Samsung event and some other Wonder Mine events where they're like dropping or giving you more different items. And this is where I actually won the horns, where I went to like an event and was doing these games, and then I won that item, which is pretty cool. Do you ever get on Decentraland?
No.
Yeah.
Maybe at some point when work and school slows down, but
Definitely.
I'm like 3 years out. So.
Yeah, it's definitely time consuming because I hop in and I'm like, dang, I got so much stuff to do, but I want to be running around in here.
Yeah, I'm working on, so I bought a bunch of game assets because I was trying to get into game development. So I'm trying to see like what the legal issue is with, I own the assets for commercial licensing, and they don't, that was like before NFTs and all of that. So I'm wondering like how I use all of that for making NFTs, or if I'm even allowed to, because
Yeah.
I own it commercially, but that isn't to say that like Timmy down the street doesn't do the exact same thing and then try to sell it as an NFT. So there's like a huge gray area in NFTs, and
yeah, not all the laws or policies or regulations, it's not all like really well known or even known at all.
Yeah, and trying to get a lawyer for anything cyber is like 10 times more than a normal lawyer.
Yeah,
like
there's
even
probably
just
not a lot of lawyers, and then they're so expensive.
And searching online, you can't like trust what bloggers say, because they're not making $500 an hour.
No.
So does anybody, I'm kind of pivoting the conversation, if I may.
Yeah, please.
Has anybody who has any crypto investments, does anybody pay attention to like how their investments coincide or correlate to the stock market?
I invest basically only in crypto, so I don't have any investments in the stock market. So I haven't been looking at the stock market really as much as I am crypto. But if I had money in the stock market, I'd probably be looking.
Gotcha.
Do you have money in crypto and the stock market, or do you look back and forth?
Yeah, I mean, I have a retirement savings, and so all of that money obviously is tied up in stock market, like generally speaking, because that's how 401ks and 403bs and all of those retirement accounts are. But I generally, because I also have a small stash of silver that I purchased, I don't know, 12, 15 years ago, like
awesome,
right around the recession, the Great Recession. So 2007, 2008, I invested in silver, but actual silver, not stock market silver, right?
Yeah,
not futures. Yeah, I bought some actual coin and stuff. So I watch how the price of silver goes up and down in relationship to the stock market, because of course it's dramatically, precious metals are affected by the stock market. The stock market goes down, precious metals go up.
Yeah.
Right. And so I'm trying to figure out how crypto and blockchain technologies and all of these like everything around cryptocurrencies are affected by the stock market's ups and downs. And I haven't quite sorted it out. And I'm just wondering if anybody else is watching that. I did open a Fidelity account with the intention of like starting to do some trading, just to, dabble in that as well.
Yeah, nice.
But I haven't, because I also wanted to deliberately invest in technology, like blockchain technologies and businesses that were that are being built around supporting cryptocurrencies and that the futures of, the future of cryptocurrency and blockchain technology.
Yeah.
But aren't necessarily specifically cryptocurrency, right? Or specifically blockchain, right? I wanted to like start investing the stuff that supports it.
Yes. Yeah.
Because there's going to be a lot of technology around that as well that's going to support it. There's going to be foundational stuff.
Yeah, so you're wanting to buy in on the foundational stuff.
Right. Because it might not be as volatile.
I see the logic there. No, that's smart thinking. Yeah. You're like, what correlates to Bitcoin in the stock market? So I can invest in that, which is more stable than the actual. Yeah, I see.
Yeah. Yeah. It just might not be as volatile as like Bitcoin. Right.
Well, I'm wondering where your search for that thing, like what I'm curious now too, what company or what sectors or what things in the stock market actually kind of relate to it, whether that be tech companies that are buying or creating the cloud services, or tech companies that are making the hardware for mining rigs that are popular.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. Like mining rigs, exactly, stuff like that. Because right.
Yeah.
Those are
that's going to be the infrastructure holding up crypto.
Exactly.
Right? So
exactly. I'd rather invest in the infrastructure because they're going to be able to do other things as well, not just like cryptocurrency. To me, like Bitcoin is like, it's just a one-trick pony. It's just doing this one thing in my mind.
Yeah.
Right. And it's going to be regulated at some point. Like maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but at some point it's going to be
it's good to
regulated. The government's going to come in and they're going to get their paws into it somehow. So
and that is one reason I'd lean towards cryptos that have, uses other than just the currency. And
right.
I think, that we've talked about that, I think in previous episodes, where like Ethereum, has different metaverses built on it. We can build contracts on it. We can create agreements on it. We can sell NFTs on Ethereum. But like Bitcoin, like you said, the one deal pony, it's like you can't build any contracts on Bitcoin, or you can't make an NFT while using the Bitcoin blockchain there, because there's Bitcoin doesn't have that services. So the companies like Ethereum or Tezos or what is another one, or Cardano or Solana, those like actually have big uses. So those are currencies while also companies, like
Right.
are, you know, software companies essentially.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's definitely better to me than buying in just a currency, because then people can actually more likely use it in the future. But it's still not as stable as, you know, as I would like, because of course we want to invest
Right.
in stable.
Right. It's
Mhm.
still all very young and
Yeah, like it's like betting on Google or Yahoo
right.
or Bing back in 2000. Like we didn't know at the time in 2000, we thought Yahoo was going to be the one.
Right.
We weren't sure that Google was going to be, yeah, like that.
Right. Exactly. Had we known
Mhm.
about Google.
Yeah. So I see, I like your thinking. That's very smart thinking about trying to navigate like what is this, where's the foundation holding up the Bitcoin or the cryptocurrency?
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Yeah. So that's where I'm trying to
yeah.
go. And as I watch my current investments in the Bitcoin and
Oh,
Ethereum,
so rough right now. It's so like down.
it's so, yeah, I mean, I bought everything in November when
Okay,
everything
yeah.
was really hot.
And you're like, oh.
So yeah, I'm like down like 50% of
Hmm.
my, I mean, I didn't invest like huge amount. I put $1,500 in,
Yeah, nice.
and I got a free $100 worth of Bitcoin for investing in Voyager
Cool.
from
Yeah.
Mark Cuban. And then so I was $1,600 in total.
Mm-hmm.
And now I am at 827.
827.
It's like,
I know
oh
it
God,
hurts.
ow, ow, ow.
Oh, I know, just saying it out loud.
Yeah. I mean, last week it was like 700. So
I know, so nuts. I've been afraid to look this last week.
it's up.
Oh,
It's up.
oh, I hope.
It's a little up. That's the good news.
Yeah,
But
keep going.
you know, I bought for the long term.
Mhm.
So I'm hoping that it'll go back up. Generally
Mhm.
speaking, I think it will. You know, silver did the same thing. It does the same thing. It gets pretty high and then it comes back down
That's
pretty
right.
low
Yeah,
and then
it's
it
all
goes
the
back up. And you
all.
know, I've been sitting on it for a decade or more, so
Mhm.
it's fine.
Yeah, it will be fine. It's just the dip. We're living in the dip.
Yeah, sitting in
Mhm.
the dip.
Sitting in the dip.
But
Kelly, I did have a question.
yeah.
I also got into gold and silver and coins and bullion and stuff in the early 2000s. Are you concerned at all about like coins not being 100% silver, or like
No,
0.999, and the difference in value between, like, if you were to make up that difference in like the ounces, how it's priced lower for coins?
so I'm with the stuff that I currently possess, I am not worried about the purity
Mhm.
because I bought all of mine from reputable dealers. Um,
Oh no,
so,
I mean like the resale value of people wanting more like fine silver instead of the 90%. Does that make sense?
no, try to ask me a different way. Just because it doesn't make sense to me doesn't mean you're saying it poorly. It just means my
So,
brain isn't
well,
computing it.
what I was thinking about was I bought tons of coins, like, you know, old US coins, silver dollars.
Oh, right,
And
right,
so
right.
when we had the housing market crash, the price of my fine silver and the price of my silver coins,
Mhm.
even if there was like more silver coins, so I made up the difference of that 0.9% silver quality,
Yeah.
that it was much less expensive than the fine silver.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that makes sense because I mean, it's valued at the weight, the worth of the weight itself, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, a silver dollar, right? Like a, a true silver dollar, we'll call it, right?
Uh-huh.
Is and we're talking, if we're talking when I say a true silver dollar, I mean like a silver dollar from like the 1950s. Okay. That's your 0.90% silver dollar. That when you compare it to like a fine silver that you would get at the mint today, an eagle per like, for example, that's 99%. It's just the weight. If you're just weighing it for the weight of the silver itself, that's the only difference in value, right? If you have an old coin, though, now this is where it gets different. So if you have, so they're just taking the total value of that 1 ounce round, if you will. One is 99% pure silver, the other is 90% silver. So yes, it's going to be worth less money because it has less silver in it. And it may be, and this I'm not sure about, but it may be even a little bit less because they would have to like melt it down and separate the silver out.
Oh, okay.
So there might be like a calculator or some kind of like that figures that out. It's like, oh, okay, we have to do this work, so it's going to make it even less valuable because of that labor right there.
Yeah, I know. I had because I was selling like my fine silver for like $45 an ounce is what I think it was, but then the coins were only bringing in $20.
Right.
So it was much less.
Yes.
Even though in the early 2000s you'd pay about 90% less than fine silver to buy them when the housing market, just because everybody was trying to make some money.
Silver. Yeah. Yep. That would be my guess, is that they're not going to pay as much out because there's a processing that has to occur. You know, I have a handful of silver coins, like US coins, that that I've acquired through the years because, and that's how my silver like fetish started.
Right.
I mean, because you can hear it if you like drop a whole handful of coins, you can hear the silver if you're paying attention.
Oh yeah.
Really, you can tell that it's silver that's dropping.
Yeah.
It sounds special.
It does. It has a different.
It's pretty.
Has a different pitch. Well, it has a different pitch. If you have I opened a roll of quarters. I used to go to the bank and buy rolls of quarters when I lived in San Francisco because you needed quarters to do laundry, right? Because nobody has washing machines in their apartments, or very few anyway. And so I had my roll of quarters. I'm at the laundromat and I open them and I dump it onto the counter and I could hear the pitch. I'm like, oh, there's a silver quarter in there.
Like, wait, there's one of these.
Where is it?
That is so funny.
And you can see the difference too. Like you can really see the difference. A silver quarter or a silver coin, like if you pull out a quarter right now, you can see the copper ring around the outside of it. Silver does not have that. It's silver. Okay. Like it's pure silver around the ring. Like the whole thing is silver. But it's harder. The only reason silver coins stay in circulation today is because, it's basically because of theft. People steal them. Kids steal them out of their parents' drawers and go spend them like real money because they just don't know better.
I see.
People break into houses and steal them and, spend them like real coins. When I worked in Old Town at a little grocery store here in Eureka, that's what happened. Like, that's how I acquired a lot of my silver coins. People would come in and spend
Spend them and not
spend
know.
the stolen silver coins.
Oh man. Wow, we're getting a silver history lesson here.
And I could always hear it. As soon as it hit the counter, I'd be like, oh, I'd be like,
oh, I'll take your quarter. Yeah, 25 cents.
I'll take that quarter.
Yeah, I'll take that quarter.
Yeah. Anyway, we really digressed there. Sorry, Matthew.
No, it's okay. I have never heard this much about silver, so I learned. It's all about learning.
Silver is I love it. It's a fantastic it's a fantastic metal, and I am waiting for the day that it catches up and gets back in line with gold, because once upon a time it did have an exact relationship to gold.
Yeah.
Of like 25% of gold's value.
Oh wow, that's
once upon a time it did. But back in the 70s when they deregulated it, it all went to crap. Yeah.
We're hoping silver goes up just like Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Morgan, you must have sold like when silver went like way up in 2009, 8.
No, I kept it till nearly like 2013, like the end of the housing crisis.
Oh, okay.
Then I tried to cash out.
Okay. Yeah, because it got up there to like almost what, $50-$60 an ounce for a minute there. Like it went way up for a minute.
I miss the early 2002 to 3 when it was $7 an ounce.
Yeah. I think my average price per ounce has been about $13 that I've bought in, and that's fine. I've got about 500 ounces buried in my backyard.
Epic. That's so cool.
Yeah.
We're real life pirates over here.
Hell yeah. It's fun. It's like an emergency fund, basically.
Yeah. I love that lifestyle.
Yeah, it's a nice emergency fund.
I imagine in the future it will be NFTs on flash drives buried in the backyard.
I know.
Right?
Yeah, it'll be like on like the Ether cards or flash drives or Ledger cards or something.
Right.
Right. Do either of you follow Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
No.
Do you guys know who he is, right? He's an actor.
No, I don't think I do actually.
Did you ever watch 10 Things I Hate About You?
Oh, yes.
He was the geeky friend, not the geeky friend, but the Google Joseph Gordon-Levitt. As soon as you see him, you'll be like, oh yeah, that guy.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
That guy.
Oh, that guy. Yeah. That guy. Yes, I definitely know that guy.
Anyway, so he has this huge project that he's been doing for many years called Hit Record. Hit Record Joe, Hit Record, whatever. Anyway, he has a huge Facebook following for it and all that. the other day he posted on his Facebook, describe an NFT in 8 words or in just 8 words.
Yeah.
And the responses were fantastic. Everything from like, basically the overall response was like, basically it's a scam type, like a way for rich people to like hide their money. Laundering money, just stuff like that. I'm like, oh man.
Oh man, that's funny. All just slandering NFTs, basically.
Oh yeah, basically.
Mhm.
But I thought of you guys. I'm like, oh man, do they know?
Yeah, do they know?
Do they know?
Yeah, I've been trying to watch a lot of negative content on NFTs and crypto just because I want to stay well versed on like what people are talking about. They love it because I watch a lot of love for cryptocurrency, but I also like I'm trying to tune into some of the videos on YouTube that are like, this is a scam, this don't get in, like, you know, because I'm trying to just hear both sides, but I'm still leaning towards the optimistic side, and I don't see how it's gonna be all bad.
Well, yeah, you know, I think that nothing there, you know, there's always going to be 2 sides to everything.
Yeah.
Basically, and there's always going to be people that exploit and
right.
You know, anything,
right? Yeah.
Anything and everything that they can.
Yeah, and everything that they can squeeze out.
Yeah, that's what people do. Like that's not all people, but you know, some people.
And that's not us. I know there's no squeezers in here.
Yeah. So, you know, it's just okay.
But yeah, I'm trying to look at all the content, and because now that I'm doing so much NFT and crypto stuff and started that blockchain consulting company, and people sometimes will be like, yo, you know, this is like all scam, or this is for the elites, or this is for, you know, rich people to get more rich. But I'm like, I'm just combating it with like, hey, I'm just out here learning, trying to share educational stuff. I mean, it's building generational wealth. I mean, the rich are going to get richer off this for sure, but we can also get some of the pie too.